Welcome to your birthday reading, Leo. All right, this is going to cover birthday of 2025 to birthday of 2026, 3 blessings that are coming straight to you. You have a pick a meteorite reading. I wanted to do something pretty special for you, so I got 3 of my most treasured pieces out. I mean, honestly, I love all my crystals, but the meteorites are just among my favorite. You do have here group number 1, which is the Palisite Slice. If you're curious about this, look this up on the internet. It is rare and it's considered the most beautiful of all meteorites, named after Peter Pallas, who he studied a large specimen in 1772. And these make up 0.2% of all known meteorites. And as of 2024, fewer than 200 of them have been identified out of about 75,000 officially recognized meteorites. So that is a slice. Here you have a Marsoff meteorite. As you can see, it's very different, right? Now, this meteorite's interesting. This was taken from Argentina in 1576. It is called Campo del Cielo, and that translates into field of the sky. Very beautiful, very heavy, for it's much heavier than this, okay? And here we have my personal favorite. I have a very large collection of moldavite. I love moldavite. And what moldavite is, it's a projectile formed from a meteorite impact. So it is sort of like molten glass, but it's very, very expensive, especially this particular one. This is a AAA museum quality piece, and this is from Bessednice. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's like sort of a hedgehog type projectile on here. This is really kept very, very safe in one of these. I don't put these with the rest of my moldavite or the rest of my crystals at all. This is a very expensive piece. It is very sought after because of where it was collected. And this mine, where it was collected, is closed now. It's no longer possible to dig there, which makes it even better. So here are your 3 choices. And I really wish you all the luck with your reading. So don't forget group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Really exhale, zero in, relax, and make your choice. Feel free to choose more than one. This is, after all, your birthday reading, Leo. I will see you on the other side. Happy birthday, group 1. Okay, so let's get started right away. You have chosen for your year the Lover's card, which is interesting, right? Pure Gemini energy. You know, you're going to be looking at this year with another person, right? This is going to either be somebody you know already, that you're going to stay with and really work together towards a future with, or this might be someone that you're meeting or leveling up with, I mean, for sure. But there is a partner here. There is a partnership on the table. The 2 of you working together towards something. So let's look at your blessings, okay? So blessing number 1, you have the letters W and F. And like I always tell you, this could be anything. It could, depends on what the blessing is, of course, but it could be someone's initials, could be a location, a street name, a company name, anything like that. Keep an open mind. You do have the moon ruin as well. This is a witch's ruin, and this is the moon. It's Cancer energy. And generally speaking, that is a no, right? So if you're asking a yes/no question, that is a no. So that tells me that this particular blessing is going to be born from some sort of a no answer. Okay, that could mean anything. It could be you saying no to one thing, opening the door to something else. It could be somebody saying no to you, and then suddenly another door opens. Or it just could be you have to keep an open mind. It could be literally anything. When you experience a no, that's how you know this particular blessing is pretty close by. Usually with this rune as well, things move very quickly, right? It's sort of like a definite, like, once it starts, it begins to move very quickly. Yeah, you have the waxing moon for this, and it says the energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, see, remember when I said it starts, and then once it starts, yeah, it is gaining momentum. And this blessing could happen on a waxing moon period of any given month. That is something you could absolutely look up on the internet. Let me see if I could straighten this out here for you. Oh, it did. So you look up a moon calendar, you look up the waxing moon period. It's different each month. So there's something about the waxing moon period, a no answer. Could be Cancerian energy. We are going to go through the signs of each blessing, and that sign could be something that is in your chart or somebody that's very important in this situation. Could be a timing, but we are going to be pulling a timing card here as well with the timing deck. So let's, you do have the soul card, and I like this. This is the sun card. This is pure Leo energy, right? The sun is shining here. And this is your energy, Leo, for sure. This is definitely a sign that this is your reading. Let me see if I can grab the one card. Hold on one second here, Leo. I do have a deck of cards that sort of straightens this out pretty quickly. See, it refocuses. So anyway, yeah. So you have the sun card, and the sun is definitely a very good omen. Okay, it is your card, and it says success. It says the path you are on will bring you success and prosperity if you just keep going. Lots of little steps take you a long way. Just keep going. You may get a no answer for something. That is sort of like an omen that something like really good is about to happen. Okay, so definitely look at this the way you should look at this when it starts to happen here. Now you have the devil, and the devil is Capricorn energy. It tends to get a bad rap, right? And sometimes it isn't a bad card, but in a blessings reading, this is blessings in the material plane. Okay, you're going to be blessed materialistically. This could be a job, this could be money, it could be both. It is some sort of success here, for sure. You have material success for two, because even on this card, you have two people. Okay, you have the Queen of Pentacles coming in very strongly here. Saturn and Capricorn energy. A lot of Capricorn energy. When I see a lot of Capricorn energy in any reading, that always equals material success to me, for sure. And, as we know, the Queen is the watery side of Earth, right? And she concentrates on building wealth in the present moment. The King is more of a futuristic type energy, and the Queen is like, I'm gonna do something right now to till the ground, plant these seeds, and then my king will take over for future, something to really cement it. But there is something really nice going on here, because look, you have the Eight of Pentacles coming in too. The Eight of Pentacles is Mercury and Virgo energy, right? And this is obviously more Earth energy. You have a lot of Earth energy here. And that is usually have something to do with money here, Leo. So this is the card of working on something. You don't need to be a reader to figure that out, right? There he is, working diligently. You're going to be working very hard at something. You're going to be sort of on fire about it. I like that energy for you. And, anytime this card comes out, it's always good. You have the wish card. You have the Nine of Cups, and that is a wish fulfillment card. Jupiter and Pisces energy, a wish coming true. When we see this, we know that we have arrived at a goal. So keep in mind all this energy here. It's really sort of compounding on top of each other, building momentum, a no answer, the sun, success. You have that earthly success. It is earthly success, for sure. But I'm telling you, you have somebody else you're sharing this with. There is a person here that you're sharing this with. When we add this up and we break it down, we get Mercury. And Mercury is Gemini, which is that lover's energy, and Virgo energy, which is that, Eight of Pentacles energy. So, yeah, it's mutable energy for sure. And it could be communication. This could have something to do with communication. You're communicating something, you're hearing communication. Now, as far as signs go, in this particular blessing, you have Gemini, you have Virgo, you have Pisces, you have Capricorn, you have Leo, and you have Cancer. And like I said, this could very well be it could be something in your chart. If you know your chart, if you don't know your chart, look in the description box, click on that chart link. It'll give you a free natal chart. So you look at your sun, moon, rising, any stelliums that you may have. Look at those signs and see what comes up, right? See if it's Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, Leo, obviously Leo, or Cancer. So it seems to be pretty important here for timing, for blessing number 1 for a Leo in October. Okay, you can look for this to either start or for that momentum to build here in October. Love that for you. Leo. Now, let's look at this. You have the star. And we know the star is Aquarius energy, Uranus energy, right? You have the letters L, N is in Nancy, A, and V is in Victor. And this could be any of the things we talked about already, all right? You do have time for healing. There's some sort of healing energy. This is the balsamic moon. And, the balsamic moon is waning crescent time. So when you're in a particular month, and I'm going to put this up here for now, and the moon is waning crescent, like I said, free moon calendars on the internet. Check it out. You could expect this to really ramp up here. You have Aquarius again. Aquarius is coming in hot and heavy. You could have Aquarius highly aspected in your chart, or you could be dealing with an Aquarius, but you have Aquarius coming in twice. So that's an interesting thing to see, but let's look at the rest of this. Money matters. Oh, somebody's really into the money thing and, really wanting success in that way, because here it says money matters a lot. Yeah, you definitely. You're going to be blessed here, Leo, as far as money goals. I mean, you have money and goals here, but this is very explicit. This says success, but this explicitly says money. Now, it also says healing. And what's interesting here is you have the Four of Swords, which is definitely could be looked at as a healing card, right? Taking time out to heal, taking time out. This is Jupiter and Libra energy. Taking time out for mental clarity, for mind, like a mindful approach, being very mindful of something. But look, the first card up here is the Ten of Swords, so it sort of makes sense why you might need this respite here. There is something going on. When I see the Ten of Swords, especially in a blessings reading here, Sun and Gemini energy, it is a positive turning point, a conclusion of a painful situation. So there may have been a situation in your life here, Leo, that needed healing between two people, between you and someone else. Maybe it could be physical. It could be physical for sure. For at least one of you, it probably is, because you have this retreat and this, number 10 swords, putting something to rest finally. But for others of you, this is emotional. It could be something that's been going on. It is a conclusion of a painful situation, a release, a letting go. And this could be a clarity, right? The swords are very, very clear. And swords in the back, it's like, okay, there is no need. I see exactly what happened here. It's very clear to me, and now I'm going to put it to bed. I'm going to put it to rest. You have the star here guiding you. So I think I know you're going to be in a really good way here, because look, you have the Ten of Swords, but right after that, look at these cards. You have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is one of the happiest cards in the deck, along with the Sun, right? So you have the Four of Wands coming in right after that. Right? It's celebration, it's harmony, it's Venus and Aries energy, completion. And it's another completion card, but it's a happy completion, joy, stability, new beginning, celebration. Definitely, for sure. And here you have more Aries energy. And so ending this, you're like, okay, what's next? Right? Mars and Aries, planning something new. You've attained some sort of goal here, and now you're planning something new. This came with some sort of an ending, or at least clarification about something that occurred. You're like, okay, now I could heal, because you do have the healing moon here, right? A time for healing. Ten of Swords. It's a time for healing. There is something that may have been weighing very heavily on your life, on your mind, but it is healing time. You are going to be blessed with this money, but you are also in this Aquarian energy, all right? And like I said, this could be your chart. It could be someone in your life. And if it's not either of those things, that Uranus energy brings forth a rebellion. You could be rebelling against something. You could have this unexpected change. Aquarius energy is always a blessing, because you have it here twice, and the star is it's a very healing energy. There is healing going on this blessing for sure, but it is backed up with some sort of monetary reward. When we add this up and we break it down, we get the moon. And we saw the moon over here. Things may, with the moon energy, things may not be clear until the end of this. At the beginning, you may feel a little unclear, but you will feel a sort of intuitive pull, right? Cancer energy is very intuitive. This has Aquarius energy, Cancer energy again, Libra, Gemini, and Aries energy. So definitely here, keep that under your hat. Okay, let's look at this. You have conclusions are within reach. Wait, you know what? Before we do that, let me do your timing card for this. Timing card for blessing number 2, please. Within 3 months. Within 3 months, definitely look for a timing on this. I really like that, right? So you have October here, within 3 months over here. So there's going to be a lot happening during the fall, I think, for you here. So let's move on to this here. You have, well, before we do that, you have the eye, right? And the eye, Rowan, is yes. It is a definite yes. By the way, so is the star. So you have 2 yeses and a no. So there is going to be a yes right off the bat and something beautiful born from a no. So you have the eye, which is a yes, and the that eye in this particular ruin represents planet X, right? And planet X is a hypothetical planet, right? They hypothesize about it. Is it there? Is it not there? We think it's there. It's been there. So it's sort of, it's faith-based, right? Yeah, it's there. I might not be able to see it, but I know it's there. What is faith? Faith could be your intuition. We talked about that with that moon energy. So there is this eye here, faith-based energy, okay? And we talked about this here too, right? Conclusions are within reach. It says full moon eclipse. And I have to tell you, the full moon eclipse is in March of 2026. So you have that, a timing card already, so to speak, right? But there are some sort of conclusions within reach here. You have Cancer energy again. You have a lot of Cancer energy in this. So you have to let me know, are you a Cancer? Are you dealing with a Cancer? It could just be your intuition here, Leo. It could be faith-based, very faith-based energy, right? But you have Cancer, and that's the Cancer, the crab, very clear as day. Again, in your reading, you have wisdom. And see, that makes sense to me. There is a certain type of intuitive wisdom in this particular blessing, and it is not wisdom that you get from books. It is that lantern that the hermit holds. And what's inside that lantern is the star. Right? It is that Aquarian energy. He holds up his lantern and he moves on faith. He really does. Because that lantern only shines a few feet in front of him and he keeps moving anyway because he knows, right? He just knows. So yeah, there is a faith-based energy here. Very, very faith, very intuitive, something that you feel in your bones, that planet X, right? And I don't know that it's there, but I know that it's there, right? Very, very faith-based. And here, talk about faith-based. We'll go over your letters in a minute. You do have the Queen of Cups, and this is more Cancerian energy, right? This is Moon and Cancer energy. A lot of Cancer energy here, for sure. Now, with this Queen, this is intuitive guidance. Harmony. Her mantra is honor your boundaries. So you may be getting some intuition about your boundaries. What sort of boundaries are there for the people in your life? She's very emotionally healthy and wise. Wisdom. There's a certain wisdom in this. Okay, for sure. Your letters here are T, P, X, R, and O. Like I said, same thing. Someone's initials, places, anything like that, cities. You have the Queen of Wands coming in hot and heavy, and I believe this is 2 aspects of you, whether you're male or female. The Queen of Cups is very intuitively based, and obviously this is more of a fire card. This is Jupiter and Aries, but definitely another aspect of you. Fire, confidence, attraction, power. Her mantra is, I am stepping into my power. So you have honor your boundaries, and I'm stepping into my power. You may be standing up for yourself in some way here. You may be using your intuition in some way here. There is definitely some sort of faith-based energy here. There is just no doubt. You have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is a rejection of something, right? You see how he's sitting there, somebody's offering him something, he's like, I don't think so. Nope. A reevaluation. This could be you changing your mind about something, a boundary in your life, putting up a boundary, saying to someone, hey, I love you, I respect you, but there's a boundary here now that you can't cross, or I don't think so. You know, there's something that you're rejecting, and this could be a long held sort of dogmatic thing in your life, or this could be something new, or it could be a relationship, but there is something you're rejecting, and these two queens are coming together to form this very solid person. I mean, that fire and water mix is very, very solid. You're missing earth, but I think you have a lot of earth energy in these two blessings. And this is definitely more intuitive, but it is, you have that fire that's pushing you along here. I like that. And you have here the Page of Cups. So you are rejecting something and you're saying no, but you're saying yes to something else. And this is something very young. And when I say that, it doesn't mean, young as in how many years have you been on this earth? Although it could be. Maybe there's one of you out there that is going to be blessed with a child. Maybe you're putting up boundaries around that child. Could very well be, okay? But this could be very young energy, something new that you're doing with a person, because I have to tell you, you have that coming together with someone through this whole year, right? And it could be an offer, the start. It could be a child. This is more faith-based energy, having the faith of a child, right? Having the wonderment of a child. There is definitely some childlike energy here. I like that for you here. But you have the wisdom, and you have this intuitive-based energy, and there is some sort of conclusion that is going to come out of this. Let me see. And I like that for you. Let's do a timing card here for this. Very pretty, very pretty. For blessing number 3 in May. All right, so that looks like that is going to be coming in May. So you have May, you have within 3 months, and you have in October. Looks like you're going to have a nice little spread out thing, but through it all, you're going to be coming together with someone. And if you're already together with someone, your relationship will get even stronger, for sure here, Leo. So when we look at your year, okay, we have the number that came out the most for your year is number 4, and that is Aquarius energy. It came out the most, okay, and that is also Uranus. The total, when we add everything up in this reading, we broke it down to a 10, which is Scorpion energy, and that is Pluto. The planet that we spoke about the most in this reading was the moon, which is that Cancerian energy. The sign that we spoke about the most was Cancer, which is that moon energy. So let's look at this. You have the moon, you have Pluto, you have Uranus, you have intuition, faith-based intuition. You have rebirth from Pluto. That means something did die. It could be a different version of yourself that's dying. And then you have Uranus, which is that boom, that change. So you have Cancer, Scorpio, and Aquarius, which is extremely important this year as far as energy goes. I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste. Hello, group 2. This is your reading. Let's see. Okay, so your overarching energy for the year here, group 2, is the Magician. This is like the perfect card for a yearly pull. If you're going to choose a card, let it be this one. So you have the Magician here coming in. Definitely this is the card of the manifester. Gemini, Aquarius energy, depending on what you believe and what book you read. But definitely a time of limitless potential. The Magician is the manifester of the major arcana, and he gives you the ability to turn your ideas into a reality. Your ideas, your wishes. You have all the tools necessary. You could be shedding a skin, so to speak. Okay, like that for you here. Now let's look at blessing number 1 here. You have the Star. And it's odd, in many so far the first two groups have had a lot of Aquarian energy. You may have Aquarius highly aspected in your chart, or it could be that Pluto and Aquarius energy that's sort of changing things for you here. But you do have the star, and the star is this is the star ruin from the witch's ruin. And it gives us an inner compass. I always look at the star, whether it's the star card, the star ruin, anything like that, like it is the North Star. We look up, we see which way to go. Also, it is a ruin of blessings and healing, just like the star card. And interestingly enough, you have the letters N, D, and V. And this could be someone's initials. It could be a place you go to. It could be the name of a company. It could be a city, anything like that. But what's interesting here is you have the letters D and V sort of commingling, like they're hooked on each other. And it doesn't happen very often at all when I do these letters. So just keep that in mind. Definitely write it down because it looks like it may mean something, right? Something that is entangled in one another, something that sort of links up, right? One thing happens and then something else happens. It could be you are attaching to something. It could be anything. I mean, it really does depend, but I really think that means something to your reading here. For sure. Now let's look at this. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way temporarily. Blessing number one. I mean, you couldn't get a better card coming after the Magician. You have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is Sun in Aries energy. And this is the card of the manifester. So you have the Ace of Wands, which would be the idea, right? And then you have the Two of Wands, which is the planning. And then you have the Three of Wands, which is, okay, where's my thing? I'm waiting for it. Like this person already knows it's on its way. So you have the card of the manifester, the card of the manifestation. And look at this. You have something with a compass right on it. What did I say about that North Star, right? Your internal compass may be kicking in during this time. We're going to pull some timing cards so we know exactly what we're talking about. But it says your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. Yeah, you are being divinely guided. It definitely, with this star ruin and the compass here, the direction, with the Three of Wands and the Magician. I mean, my God, it's like, could you get any more signs here? Of something really nice. You have Aries energy, and you do have Sun in Aries here with that card, but you have actual pure Aries energy here. Aries, in my opinion, is the father of the fire signs, right? Emperor energy, top of the line, right? For sure. And when we look at this, right, we look at Aries, especially for the month of August. You have you have Ceres retrograding in Aries, right? And this is happening on August 11th. It's a period of self-evaluation and expression. Aries is a very expressive sign. Mars is a very expressive planet. Your hopes and dreams are definitely emphasized at this time, but so is your freedom of expression. You may be expressing yourself in ways that some people love and some people just won't. And it is what it is, right? Because it is that Martian energy. It's that Emperor energy. On August 6th, Mars enters Libra. And this will primarily affect your third house, Leo. And that is relating to what? Communication. It's also relating to siblings and short-term trips, right? Increased energy in those areas and assertiveness in those areas. So yes, there is definite conflict that could be on the table between you and a sibling, or conflict in general when you express yourself in a certain way and maybe somebody around you doesn't like it. I don't know. But you do have here, and this is a blessing. Okay, so just don't forget what this reading is about. This isn't a warning. This is just, hey, heads up, you're going to be guided by some internal compass. You're going to suddenly find your way. You have here, it says, believe in the impossible, the blue moon. And, when we look at at this card, the blue moon is on May 31st, 2026. So keep that in mind, definitely. So in May, and we know that the power of any moon energy is not exactly on that day. It's a little before, it's a little after the moon, and the moon energy is very, very, it shifts from before and after. much like Mercury retrograde, right? There is a shadow period and a post-shadow period. So keep that in mind around that date. It looks like something interesting could be happening here. Now, here are your cards. You have the Ace of Swords. And, the Ace of Swords is pure air energy. It's definitely a sharper mind, right? Yeah, it's a sharper mind, and it's you're forging the truth. You're getting to the truth, that this is the sword of truth after all. And it can be very cutting. So you can be very expressing yourself in a very cutting way. There could be a sibling involved. If you have no siblings, it could be someone close, somebody that you would consider very close to you. Someone very close to you it might get an earful. They might get an earful because look, you have the sword of truth and you have the strength card, and the strength card is pure Leo energy, and this is your power card, right? And this for you especially is strength in all ways. It's strength in communication. It's strength in your thoughts. You're sharp with that sword. It's strength, physical strength. You could be training at the gym. It's emotional strength. It's all strength in all ways, especially for Leo. You have here the Queen of Cups, right? And the Queen of Cups is Moon in Cancer energy. There is some sort of nurturing energy around you here. And the Queen could be female, but it doesn't have to be. But it is somebody who is very intuitive. And this honestly could be you, male or female. You could be leaning on your intuition. Your intuition could be guiding you during this time. It's not just the planets. It's not just Mars. It could really be the search for truth, the finding out of truth, or perhaps the expression of truth. There was some sort of communication here on the table, and you have another ace. You have the Ace of Water, and the Ace of Cups, pure water energy. And this is sort of love. I mean, this is leveling up in love. Interesting. It's emotional and it's very cerebral. Two aces, new starts. What did I say about aces, right? When we were talking about the Ace of Wands, what did I say? The idea, that is the baseline thing. You have the baseline truth here. You have the sword of truth. You have you could be leveling up in love, right? There could be, especially with this queen here, there could be a love situation on the table. If you have someone in your life already, you could be leveling up. This could be a brand new situation if this is something brand new to you, but I'm telling you, you're going to find your inner compass. You're going to figure out what to do in a situation that may have been baffling you. You're going to figure out what road to take, because that, I'm telling you, you're manifesting something here. And this is a sort of it says believe in the impossible. There's something going on that's very positive for you here. Let's pull a timing card, because now I'm interested in the timing of this. What? Too many cards. Too many cards. Let's see. For Leo, for blessing 1, timing card, please. You have February. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? It's sort of more Aquarian energy when you think about it, because that is an Aquarian month. It's also a Piscean month. But there was something going on here in February, okay? For sure. There is also something that stretches into May. So it could be something that starts in February, ends in May. But I'm telling you, there is a manifestation occurring here. And I think that one part of this manifestation has to do with you finding your inner compass and all of a sudden having this insight about a situation, and somebody else not liking what they're about to hear, because you're going to figure something out, or you're going to be able to express yourself in a way that perhaps you didn't before. And it's interesting. Very interesting energy. I'd love to know what this is about. When we add this up and we break it down, we get even more Aquarian energy, because we get Uranus, and that is one of Aquarius's ruling planets, right? It is the planet of rebellion, for sure, right? You could be rebelling against something. It is the planet of change. So expect the unexpected here, but in a good way, in a good way. Okay, so let's go to 2 here, okay? Move this out of the way. Oh, I love this card for you. Leo has a lot of cards in the deck, and I believe this is my favorite Wands card for Leo. You do have here the 6 of Wands, and this is Jupiter in Leo. It is definitely one of your power cards in the minor arcana, okay? Just looking at it, you can see what it is. It's recognition, it's reward. It is the winning card. You're winning. It's something. There is, and look, more Aquarius energy. Crazy, right? Definitely a lot of Aquarius energy. Now, if Aquarius energy doesn't mean anything to you, meaning if you're not dealing with an Aquarius or you don't have Aquarius highly aspected in your chart, then the Pluto and Aquarius transit may mean something to you. You should look that up on the internet. But I have to tell you, if you have Aquarius heavily aspected in your chart, then the Pluto is affecting you in a much deeper way than it ever has. Like, I mean, you're really coming into it here for sure. You have here two of these cards that came out for you. One is a prickly situation. It says the struggle is worth the prize. Work around an issue. When you're going to come across a prickly situation here, but it's going to be worth it, Leo. Okay, you have a prickly situation, and then you're going to have answers. You have the key here. It says you will soon resolve your current situation. Work-wise, you will find unique ways to stand out, and that's a standout card. What did I say? It's recognition. You may be recognized in some way, having to do with your job. Yeah, it says you find a new opening with job security. This is a winning card. This is definitely a winning card. And you have here, to drive the point home, it says luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Really nice energy there, for sure. The new moon in Sagittarius is June 11th. And June 11th, I believe it was the same time in 2025. So it could be something that happened last June that's sort of tying this in. And it's also happening in June of 2026. So keep that in mind. You have here the Nine of Wands. This is a long-ass, hard road you've been on. It has not been easy, Leo. It hasn't been easy for you. But, man, you kept on. You kept on. You persevered. Because that is the card of perseverance, that Nine of Wands energy, that moon in Sagittarius energy. It's been a long road, but Mercury and Virgo here, you haven't given up. You didn't give up. And here is your Pluto energy. Ending this, it's a chance at rebirth. It's an awakening. It's finding one's path. Finally figuring out where you belong. I really do think this has something to do with work here, for sure. And you do have the masculine ruin here, right? So this could have something, if you could be a divine masculine, for sure you could be leaning on your divine masculine. You could be a male. Period. End of story. Or you could be, this whole blessing could have, you could be dealing with a male. Okay. This is very masculine, and it's not just divinely masculine. It's masculine. Okay. You have the letters A, S, B, and T. Keep those in mind because they're going to mean something to you. One of them or all of them for this particular blessing. So this is sort of some work thing. It's either getting a new job, being recognized at a job, perhaps you are starting something creative and you're being recognized for it, something like that. But there is a recognition that Jupiter and Leo energy is one of my favorites. And when we add this up and we break it down, we get Neptune energy, and that's Piscean energy. But as everyone knows, or at least some of us do, Neptune can be looked at as a higher octave of Venus, and Venus energy does control our money. So there is something to do with money here. And it's some sort of it's a prickly situation that ends up in a really, really good way for you here. Yeah, for sure. Give me a timing card for this blessing, please. Timing card for this blessing for Leo. May. Wow. May. I like that for you, right? May. Interesting. Yeah. I think one thing, it has a domino effect on another. We talked about the blue moon being in May. So keep all this in mind, all right? Because sometimes when you get a blessing, right? I don't know. It could be a new job. Let's say it's a new job. And that job was like, okay, because I got this job, now I can move. Or because I got this job, now I can get married. Or because of this job, I met my future love spouse, It's something like that where things are linked up like that. Okay? So definitely keep that in mind here with this Neptunian energy. Not all is what it seems, but it's a very positive energy. So here, your last blessing, let's move. Wow, you got Neptune energy again here. Okay. Neptune is probably big for you. Let's see. You do have here the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Jupiter and Capricorn, balancing two very important things and doing it successfully. There may be two things going on at once. You're able to balance them very, very easily. You do have here Neptune, Neptune, Pisces. What did we say? Higher octave, right? For sure. Neptune is going to be in Aries in August, right? And we talked about Aries a lot over here. A lot of Aries energy. Neptune is going to be in Aries in August, and there it is. It's going to be very, very potent for you. This is a very potent time for you. Very potent time. Interesting. Okay. Let's just keep plugging along here. You do have looking. And it says it's okay to look for better work. Be discreet in your search. This could be, it says, you need to be aligned with your life's purpose to be fully satisfied. I do believe that came out in your Leo reading, right, for August. But the truth is here, Leo, you have, there is something else you're looking at. You're going to accomplish something, but it's not going to be exactly your life stream. It's going to be a stepping stone. And there's something else you're looking at. And that's, this card came out to tell you it's okay. It's okay if you accomplish one goal and say, okay, it's not enough. Now I want something else. I want to look at this. You know, this is what I need for now, but over there, that's where I want to be. And it's okay. And this is a very discreet look, right? You could see her face is covered, and you know, you could say that's a religious thing, but in this particular instance, it's really sort of, it's like, okay, I'm going to quietly look at this situation. Here it says a personal issue reaches a resolution, full moon in Cancer. And this is interesting. The full moon in Cancer is in May. It seems like one thing has this domino effect. It has a domino effect. There is some sort of resolution that you come across in this situation. Maybe you're looking for a job. Maybe you're looking for a place to live. Maybe you're looking at something in a very quiet way. There's something quietly going on here. It's not sneaky. It's just quiet, right? You have here, yeah, look, you have the Six of Swords. And, you know, the Six of Swords is more Aquarius energy. It's Mercury in Aquarius. And this is, you know, you could be planning to go somewhere, move. You know, maybe you did get some sort of a job that allowed you to move. Maybe you're relocating. Maybe you're just moving into your own place. Maybe you're moving into a different place. Maybe you're upgrading, but you're going somewhere in this boat, and it's always a positive thing. You're getting in that boat, and you're moving to a better station. And you do have the Page of Wands, Mercury in Sagittarius energy. And that is, you know, this Page of Wands is an exciting opportunity. So you're going towards this opportunity. You are. Now, this opportunity could be another place to live, or a place to live, or it could just be something that you've always dreamed of doing that you quietly have now you have an opportunity to do it. Because here is another Leo power card. You have Sun in Leo, the King of Wands. So this is a power move on your part. It's almost like you're unstoppable. It's almost like one thing happens and then dominoes click, and you know, you're able to do all these other things. That's how it seems to me, because you even have the waves here. And this is Neptunian energy too. It is. Very Neptunian. So you have the waves. The waves are carrying you somewhere. Definitely. And you have the letters W, M, and C. W, M as in mom, and C. Like I said, could be a location, a street, an airlines, a restaurant, a person. Keep that in mind for that particular blessing. Yeah. Where are you going? Yeah. In the autumn. In the autumn. Fascinating. So you have something that's going to be starting this fall for you, whatever it is. You have something that comes after the new year and sort of stretches into the spring. It looks like one thing, something really positive happens in the fall, something really positive happens after the holidays, and then boom, in the spring, it's like you are winning. We saw the card of winning somewhere. You are winning, and you are the magician this year. You are definitely the magician. Now let's look at this. Just so you know, the star is Uranus energy. This is Mars energy. It's that it. So you have Aquarius, you have Aries again, Mars again, and you have Pisces, Neptune here. Just to sort of explain how pertinent that stuff is. So with your totals for the year, you have the number 10. And because we add everything up in the reading and we break it down, we get the number 10, which is Pluto. What did I say? What did I say? Pluto is affecting you. Whoever's reading this is Pluto is a big freaking deal to you, okay? It is Scorpio energy, but more importantly, Pluto is in Aquarius, and Aquarius came out a lot in this reading as well, okay? So you have Pluto, you have the moon. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself, right? The numbers that came out the most were 8 and 1. And number 1 is Leo. It is the sun. And number 8 is Aquarius, because it is Aquarius' other ruling planet, Saturn. So it's Aquarius Capricorn energy, right? Now the sign that came out the most here was Aquarius, no doubt. So you have that Uranus Saturn energy there. And the planets that came out the most were the moon and Uranus, right? So you have Cancer, Aquarius. So to recap a little, you have Pluto, which is seriously important to you. You have the moon, which is Cancerian energy, right? And you have the moon, which could be your intuition. Your intuition's guiding you for part of this year. You have Uranus, which is rebellion, and it's also unexpected change. You have Saturn, which is lessons. You've learned lessons. This wasn't an easy road. What did we say? This Nine of Wands here. Not an easy road. This wasn't a simple thing. You've earned every bit of what you're going to be receiving here. And finally, you have the sun, which is your power planet coming into play. So you have a lot of really good things happening to you here, Group 2. I wish you the best. Happy birthday. Hello, Group 3. This is your birthday reading. Birthday of 2025 to birthday of 2026. If you have chosen the beautiful Moldavite, this is your reading. Okay, so let's look at this. Now, overarching your whole year, you did pull the devil, which is interesting. And this is Capricorn energy. Interesting transition. It's an interesting rendition of the devil, isn't it? I really love this deck. So this could be a few different things, and we won't know until we really get into the reading. But generally speaking, in a reading such as this, when it's overarching energy and it is devil energy, it is generally speaking, it's wealth or sort of a success on the material plane, right? It is money, it's goals, it's things like that. The devil gets a bad rap sometimes, but that is what he represents, as well as all the other things, all the other negativities. This also could represent confronting limitations, right? Unhealthy attachments, maybe. I'm not really feeling it. It could represent that in some readings, but I'm not feeling it for this reading. But this could be confronting limitations, right? Limitations that you perceive yourself to have, or that you thought you had, or that you might have had, that you no longer want any part of. So we'll keep that under our hats as we go forth here. Interesting energy already, right? So here are your 3 blessings. Let's look at your first one. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way, like I always do temporarily, and start with the first card. You do have the Ace of Cups. What a beautiful card to get. I mean, no matter how you look at it, this is a beautiful card. It's a card with great energy, for sure. Now, the Ace of Cups is pure water energy. This could be a love situation. Absolutely could be. It could be a situation that you will love. It could be something that it could be. I'm looking at the rest of the cards. I'm glancing. Oof. So yes, this could be a love situation, but honestly, this could very well be a money situation. It could be a goal situation, the way I'm looking at the rest of this stuff. And I'll tell you why as we go along here. You do have the wish come true card. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way you expected. No worries. It is just what you need. So you're having a wish that comes true. As you know this, or you may not know, but if you watched me shuffle the cards, this is an enormous deck. I mean, it's pretty big. It's not as big as some of the decks I have, but it's bigger than most decks. And so for this to come out in your reading, that's really a good energy. You also have Aries energy here, which is Mars energy. And, this is confidence. It is trailblazing energy. When I look at Aries, I look at him or her. Aries is the father of all the zodiac. number one in the zodiac, also the father of all the fire signs. So Big Daddy has entered the chat. You have prosperity lies ahead. And that's why I was saying for many of you, this has to do with money and goals. So you have prosperity lies ahead with this new moon in Taurus card. And the new moon in Taurus is April 20th, 2026. And what's interesting is it is a cusp, a very cuspy energy, because Aries ends on April 19th. So it's that Aries energy again in some way, right? Yeah, for sure. Interesting. April 20th, the day after. Prosperity lies ahead. April, this could be a timing thing. Aries energy, Aries time. Because look at this. Up here, your ruin, your witch's ruin, is the male ruin. And this male ruin is completely connected to Mars, Aries energy again. It is also connected to the word yes. It's a yes. This is something that is definitely going to make you very happy. The letters here involved are N, L, Z, and Y. Okay. So like it could be someone's initials, could be a place, could be a company, could be an airlines. Please keep an open mind when it comes to that. But this is blessing number one. And this looks very, very, very good. A lot of Aries energy here. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could have Aries highly aspected in your chart. Or this could be a timing thing. Okay, we'll pull a timing card for this, but I'm just saying. And look, you have the Emperor that came out here. And what is this? This is Aries Mars energy again. I'm telling you, it has serious meaning. And, you know, the Emperor in any deck is definitely powerful. Like the Emperor owns everything in the deck. The Emperor is big fire energy, father energy, very, very paternal, very, very, the creator, definitely structure. But man, Aries energy all over this blessing over and over again. You also have here the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is Venus in Scorpio energy, and this choices, right? Choices abound. So you're going to have choices to make. You're going to have choices that you never thought you would have. You're going to have choices that you are going to love. You're going to have wishes that come true. Prosperity lies ahead. And here is the King of Wands. This is one of your power cards here, Leo. Sun in Leo. Now, the King of Wands and the Emperor are a little similar in the fact that they're both fire energy. Obviously, the Emperor trumps the King a little bit, but it's different, right? The King of Wands is more dynamic than the Emperor. The Emperor is set with a certain structure, wants structure, where, the King of Wands is like, there's so many ways we could do this. There's so many different things that I want to do. Very dynamic individual, right? Similar in heat. But the King of Wands will motivate himself and motivate others. So it is interesting that you have the Emperor and you have the King of Wands, and in between you have the choice card. So you may be making a choice between two different ways of being, between two different ideas that require different things from you. Very good choices. I mean, my God, this is a really, really positive blessing. Very positive here, Leo. Very, very positive. Love this for you. Let me pull this timing card because now I'm really interested in this. Let me say, for Leo, timing card for blessing, number one in February. February. Look for this in February. It says within 6 months here at the bottom of the deck. And I don't know what made me do that. I don't normally do that with the timing cards, but I did. And so when you look at this in February timing, this could be starting around February and it could come to a culmination or a head around Aries time. But I'm telling you, Aries is super important to this blessing. For some reason, it came out over and over and over again, and Spirit just keeps doubling and tripling down on this, okay? When we add everything up here and we break it down, we get Jupiter energy, right? Which is more fire energy. So you have Leo present, obviously, because this is your reading, and you have the Sun in Leo here. You have the Emperor present, which is Aries, and you also have fire sign Sagittarius. So this is an extremely fiery blessing. A lot of heat attached to it. We're in August, September, October, November, December, January, February. That's so interesting, isn't it? Look at that, within 6 months. So within 6 months, you're going to see movement here. Some of you will indeed get this blessing in February, and I do believe that some of you are going to start seeing this blessing in February, and by the time Aries season rolls around, you're going to be sitting very pretty. Okay, so let's move on to blessing number 2. Let's see. I'm gonna move this. It's always a challenge because I love to use so many different cards. That space is always at a premium here. So you have here the Eight of Swords. And, you know, the Eight of Swords is Jupiter and Gemini energy. And as you can see, this person is bound and surrounded by swords. But we know this card really well, right? We know that at any moment she, and of course she can be a he, can cut herself loose at any moment. But she's almost choosing this suspended animation. And what did we say, Leo? That we were in this card, for some of you, confronting limitations. They're perceived limitations. There could be something going on in your life where you feel bound or you feel restricted, and it is a perception. And I think that this Devil card and this particular Eight of Swords card is telling you it is simply a perception. It is not reality. And you're going to really see that because look, you right in the same group, you have the Freedom card here. So you're going to experience a freedom. It says you need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you get very clear. Some of you may yearn to be self-employed. Some of you may yearn for more freedom. Some of you may feel that that's an impossibility right now. But I think this blessing, this particular one, is going to show you that it is a perception. And it says it's a short-term perception. You have this. You're in a situation that's very short-term. It's temporary. It says you will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous than you even imagined. So definitely perception here. There is perception going on here that isn't accurate. You have here the woman. See, here you have the male ruin, and here you have the female ruin. And this is Venus and Taurus energy. And it is a no. So that's the thing. This blessing is born from the word no. And I can see that here. This is you saying, no, I can't move. No, I can't do that. Or I'm restricted from doing this. You're going to be experiencing a sense of freedom that is born from the word no. You have the letters K, S, and E. Keep those under your hat. Like I say, it could be absolutely anything. And you have Luna, which is the moon, coming in hot and heavy. This is another very watery type of energy, right? So you have hot fire here, and you have very intuitive, soft. This is going to be something that comes from within you. The lunar cycle is it's something that pulls. You're going to feel a pull in a direction. Moon energy, a pull. Your intuition is going to be in high gear. You do have here, expect powerful change, the new moon eclipse. There is change definitely going on here. Definitely. And the new moon eclipse is going to be March 2nd, 3rd, and it's around that time, right? So that's the date of the eclipse in 2026. But however, we know eclipse energy, full moon energy is never only on that day. It's around that day, right? So here you have your tarot, and you have the Judgment card. And that's actually perfect energy for the things we're seeing here, right? That's Pluto energy. And it's a calling, a rebirth, awakening. There is an awakening going on here. There is an awakening, all right, for sure. You do have the Knight of Swords, right? And if you notice, the Knight of Swords is going straight towards this awakening at full speed, that Uranus and Aquarius energy, facing something in a very assertive way, facing limitations that you thought were prevalent, facing limitations that may have been prevalent. That bind is falling away. Those limitations are falling away. Whatever it is you were bound to here, and it could just be a way of thinking. It could be something that your family expects from you. It could be an expectation you put on yourself. It could be something that you said, I can't do that. You know, it could be anything like that. But there is something that you perceived as a limitation that is going to be slowly disintegrating. And you have here the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is, Mars and Taurus energy. It is a period of collaborative work, right? So some sort of teamwork is going on here. Something you're collaborating with someone else on something else, at a period of collaborative work, teamwork, actively pursuing your goals. There is something that you're going to be on fire about, but it's not going to be until this wave of perception fades. And when we add this up and we break it down, we get that Uranus energy, right? What is Uranus energy? It's Aquarius energy. It's unexpected change. It is freedom. It is freedom. Freedom is the key word for this particular blessing. Freedom. Yeah, freedom and perceived limitations. Definitely big time on this blessing here. Like that energy for you. Hopefully that matters to you. Hopefully it hits. Now, when we look at this one, let me see. You have the Ace of Swords. This is interesting because you have two aces as blessings, right? So you have the Ace of Cups here, and you have the, well, you know what? Before we do that, let's do a timing card. We didn't do a timing card for this. Sorry about that. So show me this freedom, this timing card for this. Around the holidays here. When are the holidays? The holidays are, between Thanksgiving and the New Year, right? Could be perceived at any of the holidays between November and January. So that's when you can expect movement on this. Sorry about that. I didn't pull the timing card, but you do have the Ace of Swords, and this is yet another ace, right? This is pure air energy. It's new beginnings, but it's truth. It's facing a truth. It's decisive action. It is mental agility and strength. Definitely. And look, even over here, you have the moon again. And with the Ace of Swords and the moon, it is your intuition. It is something that is coming from deep inside you. You have U, P, and F here. Okay. You have two moon cards too. Okay. And you have Virgo. So with the Virgo card here, Virgo is mercurial based. And Virgo, it could be a timing card. We don't know yet. Or you could be dealing with a Virgo. Or you yourself could have Virgo highly aspected in your chart that's affecting you. You could be experiencing a pull towards that aspect of yourself. But you have Virgo here. Virgo time is August, September. So let's look at this. You have two moon cards. One says hold your vision and one says you are good enough. Okay, so hold your vision, fixed moon. What are the fixed signs? You yourself are one of the fixed signs, right? Fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus, right? That could be a timing card. And it could be when this particular blessing could be happening during a fixed moon, a fixed full moon. So keep a lookout for that. But it does say you are good enough. And what's interesting is this too is full moon in Virgo. Virgo is highly aspected in this particular blessing for whatever reason. Like I said, it could be a timing thing, or it could be that you're dealing with someone with Virgo placements. But you have the full moon in Virgo, and the full moon in Virgo for 2025 is August 22nd. And it's also March 3rd, 2026. So when we talk about the moon energy, it is not just exactly on that date. It's before and after. It's around that time. So these could be timing cards, but I have to tell you, Virgo seems to be important in this particular blessing for whatever reason. You have many choices, right? And we saw that over here with the Seven of Cups. It says you have options even if you don't see them right now. And with this card, it's very apparent you don't see them at some point during your birthday year. It says, get creative, look around, pull a card for each option to see what's best, whatever. This is a boat. This is a real Six of Swords energy, right? You have more choices than you know, but I think these choices will absolutely present themselves to you. You have, look, yet another ace. So you have all the aces except for wands, and I don't think you particularly need it being a fire sign because you have all that fire here. But you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, a pure earth energy. It's a start of a new venture. It is money-based. It's windfall. It could be windfall. It could just be stability. You're finally getting that stability that you want. It could be a brand new way to make money. It is something money-based. It is the start of something money-based. This is like a beginning, but it's something really good. It's something positive. You have the Six of Cups here, and this is Sun in Scorpio, reconnection with something, reconnection with something. This could be something from your past. This could be something you put on a shelf. This could be something that you're like, yeah, I can't do that right now. In your birthday year, it looks like you reconnect with something here, because that is a reconnection in your past. And here you have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is Saturn and Taurus energy. And we always look at this. It's a harvest card, right? He's done all the planting. He's done everything he can do. And now he is seeing everything grow. So yeah, Virgo energy. I'm curious about the timing of this. Show me the timing, Spirit, of this last blessing in October. Interesting. So you have the holidays, you have October. Now, being that this is October, it's very possible that this could start during Virgo season. What did we say? Virgo season is the end of August. It stretches way into September. And there is something that could culminate for you here in October. So keep that open. Keep a very open mind when it comes to these timing cards. I really think there are really great things happening for you here, for sure. Love all this energy. Now let's look at your numerology. I do things a little bit differently. It's similar. So when we add all the numbers up and we break them down for your birthday year, you get Pluto. Why doesn't that surprise me? I'm pretty sure that for your August reading, Pluto was a big deal too. And it could be that you have Aquarius placements. Could be that Pluto in general, moving into Aquarius, is affecting you in a profound way. But we have Pluto energy here, and the Pluto is transformative energy. It's rebirth energy. It's Scorpion energy, right? Death and rebirth. The death of one thing and the rebirth of another. The numbers that came out the most were numbers 1 and 6. Number 1 is the moon. Does that surprise you? The moon came out. The moon, which is that Cancerian energy, and Venus, number 6, Libra, Taurus energy. What is Venus? Venus is love, but it's also money, right? The sign that came out the most was Taurus, Venus energy. It's that money. I'm telling you, you have a lot of goals here when it comes to money and things like that. I really believe your life is going to become a lot more stable here. And you have the planet that came out the most is Venus. So it's interesting, right? I mean, that Taurus Libra energy. And right behind it, one notch behind it, was the moon. So you have the moon, which is that emotions, that intuition, that sharp cutting through, slicing through everything and really listening to your insides. It's going to guide you. You have Venus that came out 3 times, right? That Libra Taurus energy. And you have Pluto that came out, which is transformation, regeneration, all kinds of really good things like that when it comes to money. Love this for you. I wish you nothing but the best. I wish you the happiest birthday ever. Namaste.